Welcome, Virgo. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for July the 18th through to the 24th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you so much for the loving, positive, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. I truly send it back to you, wishing you for unlimited joy, happiness, abundance in your path going forward. Now, I woke up way too early this morning and got a full day in record time, and I needed a nap, and I laid down, and so I'm late getting the readings out. But I had a dream of a different way of doing the readings. So when I woke up, I thought, okay, well, we'll give it a try. So let me know what you think. Absolutely. So let's see what the energy is going to be for you this week. So we start with, the Ace of Swords. Well, this is forward movement. Forward movement on your path forward, absolutely. New beginnings, new paths opening up to you, new directions to take, new ideas to implement the plans, new plans altogether. This could be the epiphanies, the aha moments. And, we use that sword there. We use that sword to kind of draw a line in the sand of what will be and what will not be in our life going forward. Now, until we get the rest of the cards out, I'm not sure where this leans more in. This could be just your creativity, allowing your creativity to flow more. This could be putting limitations on relationships where they've had a free-for-all and have burdened you with obligations and responsibilities, where you draw that line in the sand and you say, no more, I'll compromise here, I won't compromise there, I need this in my life. It could be in the community, it could be at work. We'll see where it shows up the most. We'll see where the energy takes us. We have the World card. Now, the World card is a symbol that you are coming full circle in your path, and it is time to move forward. And so the Ace of Swords definitely says that. But this card leans a little bit more towards loose ends that you need to tie up in order to move forward, in order not to take old baggage with you. So there needs to be a release. Now, we start the week with a full moon, so there is a beautiful energy to release what is holding you back, what needs to be finished, what needs to be left in yesterday. Regrets, disappointments, sorrows, projects left undone. This is the time to finish things off. This is the time to move forward in new directions, but only when we have released the baggage that has been weighing us down. And then we have the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is very much about decision-making going forward. And I thought right away, I feel as blind as this person in the picture because they're blindfolded. And so I don't have all the cards to kind of look around and see which way the energy is flowing the most. We'll see as it goes. But here, you are all too blindfolded, which means that it's not so much what you can see, what you can actually take as logic in making decisions, or a decision, an important decision that needs to be made this week, absolutely, because it's one of your first four cards. This is going inside of ourselves. This is tapping into our intuition. This is tapping into our higher wisdom. It's going with our gut feeling. It's going with what feels right to us, not necessarily what people are telling us is right for us in our path, or what we should be doing or not be doing, but rather how we feel, what we feel we need to put our energy into, rather than other people's opinions of where we need to go, what we need to do, who we need to become. So that card definitely takes a courage, okay? And the decision might actually be part of the release and the let go with the World card there. Now we have the Death card. So this is transforming your life. This is stepping into a freedom, a liberation. So your decision, I think your decision has a lot to do with releasing something from the past to allow you the freedom, to allow you the liberation of moving forward in your passions and your dreams. This could be love, absolutely. It could be work and career. It could be stature in the community. But in one way or another, you see where, and that could come through the aha moment. It could come through the epiphany that you get because we have the Ace of Swords as our very first card. It could be through negotiating what we want and we truly want to do in our lives and what we are drawing a line in the sand over and saying no more of this energy or no more of that energy. We have the Nine of Cups, and this is our wish card. Now, it's more of an underlying energy where it lays. So, I almost think that you're going to walk into experiences. So, I would have to advise you to tap into your creativity, tap into your higher wisdom of what you want. Put your affirmations out there of what you want to step into going forward. And watch the little telltale signs that come into existence leading you in that exact same path. Because I think that this card, where it sits, is going to give you confirmation that you're going forward in the right direction. It could be just a little white feather out of place that catches your eye and nobody else's. It could be something bigger and magical. It could be an email coming your way. It could be a posting for a job. It could be walking into a room and meeting eyes with somebody and feeling like they're for your forever soulmate, that you shared a life together once before, that you already know each other intimately. But in some way you'll get clues, you'll get confirmations that you are on the right path, that things are slowly coming together for you. Remember, Mars isn't at full speed yet, okay? So there is a lot of energy where we feel like we are not going forward in the right direction, or we are not giving our path enough attention, or we are not doing the things that need to be done. And it usually isn't that when Mars is in the slower transit part of its path, okay? Because it just went retrograde, it came, and it's like pendulum, right? It swings up, and then it holds for a second, and then it swings back. And it needs to pick up the momentum that it lost going in reverse, right? Going retrograde on us. So it's the energy that surrounds us. It's supposed to be like this, so that we can plan, so that we can make those decisions, so that we can see where we need to let go of old baggage that is weighing us down, where we have the chance to communicate our needs and our desires and what we will allow into our path going forward and what we need to say no to going forward. We have the High Priestess as our overriding card. Now, if this is in love, this could be lust coming in. This is deep passion, sensuality. If it is about your career, money, finances, expect miracles. This is a spiritual magic that comes in, starts to bring things together for you. So know that the spiritual magic surrounds you, that it is helping you, that it is moving you forward in new ways. This could be very strong creative energy. Okay, this is where you get this aha moment or an epiphany of what you can do or what you can do different or what you can create that's unique, one of a kind, that's yours and yours alone, how to go forward in a certain way that you never thought of before, and it just comes to you out of thin air, presumably. That's the spiritual magic taking place. So you have a lot of spiritual magic happening with the Nine of Cups as the underlying card and the High Priestess as your overriding card. We have the King of Cups. So if you're looking for love and you meet somebody, they're probably going to bring in a lot of security. But I would think that you are looking at your security, what you bring to the table, how you make your life secure and balanced, and what needs to be done in order for that to be every day, to be long-term, to be sustainable. Okay, this is very much, I think, the dad in the deck, the stereotypical dad that goes out to work and brings home an income so that there's food on the table and a roof over the heads of the people he loves, bringing in the security. I think you are looking at how to build your own security, your own independent security. Even if you are in a relationship, you are looking at your part that you play in bringing in the security and the well-being. The Six of Cups. Love yourself. Tap into that inner child. This could also be where things from the past come back into play. It can be an old lover knocking on your door with this card. But most times it just appears in our thoughts. We're taken back to a time. And it is to review the lesson. And it's to review the lesson so we attach ourselves to the wisdom. So we made decisions throughout certain parts of our life. And when we are looking at it, we see how we could have taken a different avenue, a different approach, a different way of doing. Hindsight is 2020. When we are in that position, we never thought it as a viable option. It may not have even crossed our mind that we could do that or that was an option. So that's your wisdom, knowing that there is a new option, a different way, a different path to take, a different way to use the energy, a different way of applying your wisdom. And it's going to be paramount that you do this, because I think probably where it's sitting, maybe within the next month or so, you're really going to have to lean on that wisdom to make the right decision going forward. It could be the right decision in the now, but it's not really sitting in the now. It could be, though. It all depends on where your energy is at. Remember, these are general readings, so it's not going to happen in the same time frame for everybody. It could be off for a day here or a week here, depending on really your natal chart, what you came into this earth with, for your path forward. So, it does sit right next to the Two of Swords when I lay it down. So it could be very much when you are trying to make that decision that you need to lean into your yesterdays and understand that you walked this path in a similar way before. What your options were and what you did about it and what you would have done differently, what you would have kept the same, so that you make the right decisions going forward this time around. And as we go into the weekend, now the sun moves into Leo. So we're starting to get a new energy happening here with the Moon card. And it's all about feeling secure within ourselves, knowing we've got this, feeling the balance, feeling the harmony, raising our self-confidence. And once again, it's about your liberation. It is about your freedom. It's wanting to go forward without some weight on your shoulders, or I think a weight on your chest. So it could have something to do, because I get the weight more in my chest, more of a friendship or a close family member, or maybe somebody that you work with. And knowing who you are within that relationship, knowing your strength, and understanding if they are helping you go forward or if they are hindering you from going forward. Because it's definitely about you wanting to feel the freedom and the liberation and what's holding you back. And it's looking inwardly to answer that question. But I think it has something to do more with a weight you feel within a relationship. Maybe you feel obligated to act a certain way or do things a certain way to appease that person. So there may be conversations that need to be had in that relationship this week to go forward in the right direction. We have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is the silent one. She definitely is the silent one. She's a very powerful, creative energy, so that could be a little bit more with the Moon card, where you really need to go inside of yourself and tap into your creativity. Maybe what you want to create, what you want to manifest. I think, with the Ace of Swords is your very first card, and you get the epiphanies and the aha moments. It could be doing something different and unique, or giving something old a brand new twist that makes it yours and yours alone, that brings in new income, abundance in your life, a new path forward. With the Queen of Wands, she's one that really balances out the energy. She looks at the good and the bad, she researches, she asks the qualifying questions before she makes a decision going forward. When you use her energy, she is very strong in making the right decision going forward, because she doesn't make the decision until all the facts are in, until she has reviewed all the possibilities all the way forwards. Only then does she make the decision in going forward. She's kind of like the judge. And then we have the Knight of Wands, once again looking back in our past, understanding what we have been through, the decisions we've made, the ones we'll keep, the ones we'll throw in the garbage, the new options that we could have attached ourselves to had we known they existed, in order to go forward with the strength. For our work, career, we have the Page of Swords. So we may need to be a little bit more spontaneous. We may need to open up our world a little bit more to what we can do, where we can go, who we can become. And she's a little bit more impulsive than most, and she usually does actions to, and the actions aren't always right, but she wants to get the ball rolling. She wants to get things moving forward, and so she'll do something just to break the energy cycle, just to step into new energy, but without a plan. But you have the Queen of Wands here, so I'm not too worried about you being impulsive. You also have the King of Cups for your security, so I don't really think that that's where the impulsive, you know, what may be needed is you need to tap into your inner child of what really gives you passion and joy, in order to know what you really need to apply yourself for when it comes to going forward in work and career. What really brings you happiness? What really brings you passion? What would you do if money were no object right now? What would you do every day of your life? Now, could you turn that into something to make money? You don't have to do it in a day. You've got your lifetime ahead of you. But what could you do? Are you a painter? Are you an author? Are you a photographer? Are you a gardener? Are you a cook? Are you a baker? Are you a builder? Are you a mechanic? Are you into investments? What do you do? What do you do to have fun? To let out that passion in you, that joy in you? It's what you need to start doing. Even if it's just a little bit, even if it's only 10 minutes a day. It's going to walk you into your true passions. By tapping into your inner child, tapping into your true wants, your desires of what you can do, your talents, your abilities, and what brings you passion, absolutely. For love, relationships, we have judgment. Okay, so we can't be making quick judgments. We can't be basing our relationship on a rumor. You hear a rumor about your spouse, and immediately you're going off the deep end about it. You need to not do that, okay? We don't want to make snap judgments, quick judgments. We don't want to jump the gun. We don't want to buy into gossip. We want to research. We want to understand. We want to get all the evidence in place. So that's one side of it. Okay, the other side is not just it's just not jumping to conclusions on things. It's talking it out. It's saying, hey, I'm feeling this way. I want to do this. I want to go in this way. I want to create this. I want us to be more like this. How do we do that? How do we grow together? How do we take it to a deeper level? If you're looking for love, well, we have the King of Cups here. We have the High Priestess and the Nine of Cups. So if you are hoping for love, this is a beautiful week for it. I would take it really slow. I would take it and stay in the moment. I wouldn't be making any, I wouldn't go on the first date and go home and start thinking about the white picket fence and the 2.5 kids and the rescue dog that we're going to have. But I would be just taking it day by day, allowing ourselves to get to know each other, slowly but surely. You could be making some quick judgments on people too. If somebody asks you out and you're like, no, that is definitely not my type. I think you might be amazed if you take the time to have a cup of coffee with them and have a small conversation with them of who they really are. Something they say may really intrigue you and take you to that first date after all. So don't judge a book by its cover, so to speak. If you are out there in the dating world and you are trying to connect with somebody, it could be somebody that you don't think that you are attracted to that really makes the difference in your life for a long time to come. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.